Hey, I got a message for you today. God is the antidote to your anxiety. God is the antidote to your anxiety. The reason why I say this is if you go look in the Bible, in Matthew 4, Jesus says to the devil when he's being tempted in the wilderness, man does not live on bread alone, but every word that comes from the mouth of God. Why is this important? You see, I used to not understand this verse. I used to say it, but not really understand the weight and impact of it. But when I went back to the Old Testament and looked at Deuteronomy 8, verse 3, I saw that Moses was talking to the Israelites and he said, look, you were tested and humbled by the Lord and allowed to eat manna and allowed to go hungry so I could give you manna, so that I could teach you that man does not live on bread alone, but every word that comes from the mouth of God. So what he was saying, what the Bible is saying, and what Jesus was saying in Matthew 4 is that we need to focus on the provider and not the provision. We got to reorient our mind from chasing after provision, chasing after the cares and concerns of this world, because we know we get so wrapped up sometimes in fretting and stressing and worrying and being concerned about how I'm going to pay the bills, about the money that's not in my bank account, about where the clothes are going to come from, where's the lodging in the house, and where's the rent payment going to come from? How are we going to put food on the table today? We cannot lose our positioning, our presence, and our power by focusing too much on these things. Yes, these things are important. Yes, we need to move in faith and do our part to go after these things. But we have to keep ourselves in the right positioning to trust that God is the provider and that he can give us these things. God is the provider and he is the provision. God is the definition of our provision. Right? And if you go to the provider for your provision, you can always remain and stay in peace. When we go outside of the provider and try to get the things on our own and focus on how are we going to be sufficient to meet all of our needs, then that's where we go into anxiety, into stressing, into over concern. So today, rest, have peace, go to the provider for your provision, because here's the thing about it. Here's what Moses was trying to teach us. Here's what God was trying to teach the Israelites and still trying to teach us today. If you trust the provider, he can make provision out of nothing or out of something that you've never seen, heard, or experienced ever before. And then that's what allows you to then have peace, right? So trust. Matthew 6:33 says, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. Focus on God. Focus on being in right position with God. And he will take care of the rest of your needs. Because Matthew 6:34 says, don't worry about tomorrow, right? Every day has enough concerns of its own. Stay present with today. All right? So take this, run with it, go be blessed, and go be great.